If there's anything that continues to pop up in our practice, it's people that are trying to get out of unhealthy relationships. And in this decade, oh my gosh, it's been absolutely crazy, starting with COVID and moving forward to today with all the insanity in the world. Just remember this: the insanity in the world seeps into homes, businesses, car rides, everywhere. And if we're not super conscious of what's going on in our relationship, we can let things slide, and all of a sudden, 2, 4, 6, 8 months, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, we wake up and go, what the heck am I doing in this terrible relationship? Well, I'm going to give you some ideas. And the first one I'm going to give you is going to be the toughest, okay? But I really believe that we need to do this, and I'll explain why. Number one, take full responsibility for the failure of the relationship. And I know no one wants to do this at first, but when you take full responsibility, what does that do? Even if you don't want to, it takes away all of your ammunition to say, and then they did this, and then they did that, and then they did this, and then they did that, right? When you say to the person that you're leaving, listen, this is my responsibility. I was codependent, I was needy, I was whatever I was, to stay with you as long as I have. I'm taking full responsibility. If I didn't keep you letting you in the door, if I didn't keep bringing you back in, you couldn't have done what you've done over the last 2 months, 6 months, 25, 30 years, whatever it might be, right? So step number one is the most difficult, because the small ego wants to say, but David, it's not my fault, it's all their fault. In 45 years of counseling, I've never met a couple that wanted to break up or wanted to divorce or needed to do one or the other, that it wasn't both of their faults. And the person that says, you know what, I'm not going to get into this pissing match. He did this, she did that. You guys can go back and forth all you want. I've done it in my life. Oh my God, with bad relationships, I've stayed and I've tried to argue and tried to tell them, when you did that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the average person. They're not going to change. They could give two craps for the most part, or they would be battling to change their behaviors, etc. So do this. Number one, just take full responsibility. Accept it. Just say, you know what, I should have left. I should have known better. I should have went into counseling, or whatever you should have. And I don't care about people saying I should have done this. Wake up. Don't get so sensitive to, you shouldn't say I should have. Yes, you should. If you screwed up, admit it, right? Number one. Number two, forgive yourself in writing for all the things that you did that were not beneficial to the relationship, and then forgive your former partner in writing for all the things they did that was not healthy for the relationship. Now, when you do this and you forgive yourself and you forgive the other person, you are opening a gateway to inner peace. Resentments will follow us and follow us and follow us and disrupt our sleep, disrupt our inner peace, disrupt everything. So forgive yourself in writing. Here's the 10 things I did I should never have done. I stayed too long would be one, right? I was codependent or whatever it might be, And then forgive yourself for those things. And then here's the things that my former partner I say did wrong, I perceived did wrong. And then forgive them, right? Now, depending on the length of the relationship and depending on the tumultuousness of it and how deep and terrible it really went, and this goes against many other people's beliefs as well, I say just block email, block text. You don't need to be getting something in from them anymore. If you know it's over, it's over. Give it 6 months to a year, get into therapy. If you want to revisit it in a year after you've been in therapy, go ahead and revisit it. I'm talking about bad love relationships, and they're all over the place, Just take these little tips that I'm giving you. Take time off from your next relationship. Just don't jump into another one like some of us love to do, so we don't have to deal with the pain. And listen, you always need, or I recommend that you work with either a minister, a coach, a therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, whatever it might be, in order to really figure out what's going on. Is there a pattern here? Is this the second or third or fourth person that you've dated that has ended the same way? Do they have the same traits that never work for you? Work with a professional. You can get to the bottom of it and hopefully stop any further bad relationships. If you need help, I'm always at talkdavid.com. We have 5 free books there. Go to talkdavid.com, pick up the free books. And remember, this is called the mental cleanse with David Essel. When you cleanse your mind, you cleanse your life. When you end a bad relationship, accept responsibility and forgive the other person, and then just block. Now you've cleansed your mind and you're just about to begin cleansing your life. It's worth the work. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.